Hi, I'm Jeff Goldberg for Custom Protect Ear. Let me tell you about DB blockers. DB blockers are the smartest hearing protectors in the world. Pretty strong statement? I think after you watch this presentation, you'll agree. We built DB blockers on the premise that not all ears are the same. Just as one-size-fits-all work boots is probably not a very good idea, neither is one-size-fits-all hearing protectors. Look at these ears. They're all different. How do you choose a hearing protector to fit each individual ear? DB blockers takes care of that. But there's a lot more to DB blocker than just fitting every person's ear, as you'll see in this presentation.
The DB blocker seals the ear both in the canal and around the ear. The design of each DB blocker is unique to the ear it fits. DB blockers also fit the ear differently than disposable earplugs. Earplugs are rolled and pushed into the ear canal, where they expand to stay in place. They provide protection provided the ear canal matches the profile of the plug. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. You have no way of knowing if you are protected until it's too late. Earmuffs may provide protection provided they are maintained or replaced regularly. However, once eyeglasses, beards, long hair, or other safety equipment are present, their effectiveness is lessened.
Each and every ear is unique. Only DB blockers can provide the kind of hearing protection every unique ear needs. There's a problem with one-size-fits-all hearing protection. Here are some of them.
DB blockers eliminate the need to take your hearing protectors out to communicate in a noisy environment. They also eliminate discomfort and itching, eliminate the potential for infection, eliminate bulky objects around the head, and eliminate the discomfort from head pressure. Each DB blocker is custom designed to the user's ear.
In order to work effectively, people have to communicate with each other, with their environment. DB blockers' proprietary FT filters allow the separation of speech frequencies from background noise. These speech frequencies from 500 to 2000 Hertz are enhanced by 3 decibels, making communication more effective with your hearing protectors in than with them out. With DB blockers, we maximize the protection and then filter for communication.
Hi, I'm Steven. Welcome to HeliPro International. We manufacture and overhaul all types of helicopter parts here, and in this such noisy environment, it's great to have earplugs that fit snugly into your ear canal, blocking out the high-pitched noise but still allowing me to carry on a good conversation.
Here we are on the shop floor. The worker with the beard has disposable earplugs, and the other worker is wearing DB blockers. At this workstation, they consistently have to work together and communicate with each other throughout the workday. The worker with the DB blockers can clearly and easily listen to his coworker, while the other risks damaging his hearing when he removes his earplugs to communicate in this noisy environment.
No hearing protector can work if it's not worn, and most aren't worn because they're not comfortable. DB blockers are different. They're made from SkinSoft, a special blend of medical-grade silicones designed to match ear canal tissue. In fact, DB blockers are so soft and so comfortable, they can be worn comfortably all day long. We guarantee it.
I like my DB blockers because they're very comfortable. They allow me to carry on conversations, lift things, and also to chew, and they won't break their seal because they move with my jaw. As we get closer to the machinery, that's when they become very effective.
At this plant, laborers and lumber handlers sort wood boards on the green chain. When they lift these boards, they may strain or grind their teeth. DB blockers move with their facial movement while still maintaining a perfect seal. DB blockers are elastic and very soft, allowing any wearer to chew, turn their head, and strain without losing seal. DB blockers are comfortable, fully protect the worker's hearing, and allow for interpersonal communication on the line. Once a client commits to a DB blocker hearing protection program, A Custom Protect Ear representative will schedule a plant visit to take impressions of the wearer's ears. Today we will follow one such representative at a client's plant and watch the impression process.
Good morning, Brandon. Please have a seat here.
Thanks.
This morning I'm going to have a look in your ears and I'm going to take an impression of your ear. What I'm going to do is insert a little tiny cotton ball. This is going to protect your eardrum.
Okay.
It's on a string so that it helps me get it out again. Okay? It doesn't fall through. That's right.
We've shortened the impression taking process for this video. First, the ear is inspected and the client questioned to see if it's safe to take an impression today. Then, an otodam is placed in the ear to protect the eardrum. An impression material is then prepared and injected into the client's ear. The impression will create an exact replica of the ear canal and outer ear.
The beauty of having a custom-made product is that it is your ear. It's very interesting to see the different types of ear canals that are out there. And as you can see from the impressions here in this box, we have some people that have a very tiny little canal and some that have much larger canals.
Our manufacturing facility is an ISO registered laboratory and the largest one of its kind in North America. Each pair of custom molded DB blockers are produced from a cast made from the impression we took of the wearer's ears. This cast is maintained for a period of 5 years to facilitate reordering. At the grinding station, we cut and shape the impression, adjusting the length of the canal and grinding out imperfections. Then, we polish the impression, removing rough areas. Smoothness enhances comfort. The more comfortable the DB blocker, the easier it is to wear. This is the waxing station. Here we fill in any voids in the impression and make the tip of the ear canal convex to make it easier to insert. After we make a cast of the impression, it moves to the Skin Soft silicone station. We fill the cast with Skin Soft, our proprietary blend of medical grade silicones. To make them easier to insert, we mark the right DB blocker with a DB blocker logo, or, if the protector is too small, red flecks, so that the wearers can easily determine right from left. Final assembly is also the quality control station. Every product shipped must meet our ISO standards. Each DB blocker pair is placed in its own carrying case with the wearer's serial number, warranty information, a small amount of lubricant, and insertion instructions. The lubricant is to allow easy insertion during the break-in period. For hearing protection with as many benefits as DB blockers, you would expect to pay more. In fact, the cost of use for DB blockers is surprisingly low. A pair of disposable earplugs cost about 10 cents. Using 4 pair per day for 5 days in a week and 50 weeks in a year costs $100 per year. Even taking into account lost protectors and new hires, DB blockers will cost 50 to 70% less per year to use. Ask us to show you a return on investment calculation for your company. Okay, let's recap this presentation. Only DB blockers are made from Skin Soft, medical grade silicone, so they're comfortable. And we fit DB blockers with proprietary FT filters, so wearers can talk to each other clearly in noise. What's the benefit? Wearers are protected from harmful industrial noise while being able to talk to each other. They work much better as a team when they can communicate. And there's no need to remove the DB blocker for conversation. Just put them in and leave them in. Join companies like Honda, Boeing, Toyota, Weyerhaeuser, and many others whose workers enjoy the benefits of DB blocker hearing protection. 30 years of research and development have produced a hearing protector that offers a level of protection, communication, radio integration, and comfort that is unmatched. Why should you care? Because there's nothing disposable about a person's hearing. DB blocker hearing protectors deliver wearer comfort, great hearing protection, and integrated communication. No other hearing protector can make that claim. That and the fact that we retain the mold for 5 years. For all of that, you'd expect to pay more, but DB blockers are actually cheaper to use. That makes DB blockers the smartest hearing protection in the world.